Hello everyone, this is the Sports Spiral, and in today's video I'm going to tell you my picks for week 12 of the NFL. Last week for the NFL, I was not very good at 6-8 for my record, but I am going to give this week another shot. Let's start out with the two Thanksgiving games. We've got the Texans versus the Lions, and I think Deshaun Watson is playing well and can give them the win here. He can maybe run a few times to help them. And I've got the Texans 24-20. Then we have the second Thanksgiving game, the Cowboys versus the Washington football team. The Cowboys have Andy Dalton back, and I think he can help them win this game. Ezekiel Elliott will play pretty good too. And I've got the Cowboys 27-23, but I think the Washington football team can keep this one close. Then let's move to Sunday. We have the Browns versus the Jaguars, and obviously the Jaguars are struggling, maybe the second worst team in the NFL, and they're going to start quarterback Mike Glennon to shake things up, but I think he's not quite good enough to get them the win. I've got the Browns 31-16. I think too much offense from the Browns with Nick Chubb and Baker Mayfield. They'll account for a few touchdowns to put this one away. Then we have the Raiders versus the Falcons, and obviously the Raiders couldn't quite beat the Chiefs last week, but they are still a very good team. The Falcons aren't looking like the best team. I think the Raiders win this one 27-17. Derek Carr is looking good, and so is Josh Jacobs. And then for the Falcons, I don't think Matt Ryan can do enough to win this game. He hasn't looked spectacular this season. Then next up we have the Chargers versus the Bills. The Chargers aren't looking the best. They barely beat the Jets because of their poor defense. I like their offense, it's looking good, but their defense is definitely struggling. I've got the Bills here 34-25. I think Josh Allen can have a great game for the Buffalo Bills. And Justin Herbert will still have a pretty good game. He can put up 25 points. He's having a great rookie season, but it's what's around him that is affecting the team negatively. Next up, we have the Giants versus the Bengals, and because Bengals starting quarterback Joe Burrow is out, I've got the Giants here. I don't think the Bengals can put up much offense without Joe Burrow. So I've got 23-10 for the Giants. I think Daniel Jones scores enough points for the Giants in that one. Then next up, we have the Titans versus the Colts, and two good teams in the AFC South. Both are looking quite good. I think the Titans can edge out the Colts this time. I picked them last time, and that backfired on me, but I'm going to go with them again. I think a great game for Tannehill and Derrick Henry in this game can help lead them to the win. And I think if they can force Phillip Rivers into some interceptions and lower that running game, lower that how much running yards the Colts can get with Jonathan Taylor and some other backs, I think the Titans can win this game. But this should be a great game. Then next up we have the Vikings versus the Panthers. The Panthers are expected to start starting quarterback Teddy Bridgewater on this one. The Vikings just lost to the Cowboys, but I think they can edge out the Panthers here. I just think Dalvin Cook is looking really good, and Kirk Cousins is playing pretty good as well. So I've got the Vikings here 30-23. Then we have the Cardinals versus the Patriots, and I think this should be a pretty good game. It would be cool to see Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray can have a great game. I've got 32-24 in this one. I think I think Cam Newton can have a pretty good game, but not good enough to win this. I think it's just Kyler Murray scored too many points for the Cardinals to win, for the Patriots to win. Next up, we have the Dolphins versus the Jets. The Dolphins lost their first game with Tua last week. I think they should start Tua again, regardless of what they do. I think that's the smarter choice. I've got the Dolphins 27-13, though Fitzpatrick may be more explosive for the Dolphins. He's not as consistent. He throws too many interceptions. So I've got the Dolphins 27-13 as they're going against the struggling New York Jets. Then we have a game that has been moved from Thursday due to COVID. We have the Steelers versus the Ravens, a rematch of a game a few weeks ago that the Steelers won just barely. I've got the Steelers here. I think their offense can edge out Baltimore's offense with Big Ben playing well. And I've got them 27-20. I think Lamar Jackson isn't looking quite good this season, and going against a good defense isn't going to help. And they've got some of their running backs out. So yeah, I've got the Steelers in this one by a touchdown. Okay, the Saints are going to use quarterback Taysom Hill again, and I think he can score enough points to win. I've got the Saints 23-17, but I think the Broncos can keep this one close with their offense. So, yeah, that should be a pretty good game, actually. It might not seem like it will be the best, but I think that one can be a pretty close game. Then we have the 49ers versus the Rams. And yeah, the Rams are looking good. They just beat the Buccaneers, although Jared Goff is turning the ball over too much. And the 49ers, they haven't had a good season due to injuries. And I think this should be a relatively easy win for the Rams. I've got them 31-21. Then we have a great matchup between the Buccaneers versus the Chiefs, Mahomes versus Brady, and I think Mahomes will prevail in this one. I just think that offense is looking better. They're not turning over the ball as much as the Buccaneers offense is. Tom Brady's throwing too many interceptions. I think Mahomes has a good day and leads the Chiefs to a 34-24 victory. And if the Buccaneers lose this game, they will be at 7-5, and that's going to start to get risky for whether they will make the playoff or not. Then next up, we have the Sunday night game between the Bears and the Packers. The Bears are going to start quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, I would expect, because Foles is injured, and I would do that anyway, even if Foles wasn't injured, because Foles can't get much done. So I've got 27-14 for the Packers winning this one. I think Aaron Rodgers can have a good game despite he's going against a good Bears defense. The only thing the Packers need to worry about is really scoring enough points, because this Bears defense is good. So I think the Packers can get it done. And the Bears, who started out 5-0, I believe, if they lost this game, they would be all the way back to below 500. So that is starting to get scary for the Bears. Then we have the Monday night game between the Seahawks and the Eagles. The Seahawks are looking pretty good. Wilson has turned over the ball a little too much, but he's looked pretty good. And the defense seems like it's good enough. It's not great, but it's good enough. And I think it helps because they're going against a poor offense. Carson Wentz can't get too much of anything going. He's turning over the ball too much. So I've got the Seahawks 31-20 in this one. So that is going to do it for all of these picks. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and check out my other videos. And this is the Sports Spiral. Bye.